Welcome to Late Night Gaming. My name is Rachel, and today we will be continuing Hogwarts Legacy. Now, in our last episode, we did Nymph? No. Neem? No. I don't remember. Nymph? I don't remember what her name is. Professor Fitzgerald's trial. We also, before that, we were scrap it, start over. Welcome to Late Night Gaming. My name is Rachel, and today we will be continuing Hogwarts Legacy. Now, in our last episode, we got through the third Keeper trial with Professor Fitzgerald. It was very unique. It was like a storybook, and it had the Deathly Hallows in it. And before we did that trial, we impersonated Headmaster Black, and it was a very goofy mission. It's funny. But today we will be doing some like character storyline missions, and the first one that we're gonna do is Sebastian's.
Good.
Because we need to reach level 24 to do the next mission, and we're at 23. Oh, we're almost to level 24. I think once we get these 3 missions done, we'll definitely be at 24. So let's talk to him.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learned. I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them. So I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
Was there anything else in the student's report?
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it. But I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
Let's explore the catacomb.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't, I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Student report. The catacomb assignment yielded more than I'd imagine. Learning about our ancestors was illuminating. However, I stumbled upon something else I could not ignore. In an area behind the great room, which has suffered decay, amid the turned-over sarcophagi, I discovered an oddly shaped relic. Immediately, I sensed its power. I would be thrilled to study the relic further if only the removal of objects were allowed.
I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb.
We are so
I'm
ready.
sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Lose my nerve. Why didn't...
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Incendio! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Incendio!
This room is taller than it looks.
There we go.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
We got a stuffed toy dragon.
Accio!
Spiders, my favorite.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Accio! There's something here by the altar. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
I didn't know that we could do that with Defendo. I foolishly mentioned the relic in my report and was reminded to leave it where it lay. But research must come before my fealty to the rules. I sensed something about this relic. I was told that those chosen by English oak wands have powerful intuition. I believe it. Therefore, when no one was looking, I acted. I conjured 2 barricades to isolate the relic. Ancestors forgive me, but I used their very bones as the key. I plan to return to it, but first I must ready myself for our next assignment, learning the Imperious Curse. The spell is said to serve well against enemies.
What did you find?
Accio. Incendio.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Ow!
Incendio.
So hold on. Is this the way to progress? Because if it is, I'm gonna go this way. I like how that other spider was like, I'm out of here. Don't mind me.
Incendio.
I swear, if we get a "oh, your inventory slots are full" message, I will actually upchuck my lunch. I'm tired of seeing that.
That's a lot of bones.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced the space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does
Translation.
mention
We do
something
all the
else.
work.
It says their next assignment was learning the Imperious Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Where do you think these diary pages came from? A book?
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
I'll get started.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Look, bones stacked oddly on either side of this archway.
Leave no stone unturned. Or, in this case, no bone.
She is such a comedian. Dude, I know, I've been working on it.
Wingardium Leviosa.
I hate the bone puzzles so much. This one is working, but usually they don't.
You've done it. I knew we'd get through. I felt it in my bones.
Nice.
Anyway, how do we open that? I want that. I'm going to assume we can't do this yet. My noggin is telling me... Oh, hold on. My noggin is telling me different things. Ugh.
Bombarda. We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do.
Oh, no. I would be like, I don't really want to go in there. Dude, what did I tell you? A freaking bone puzzle.
Bombarda. I need to find a safe way across. Confringo. Confringo.
Do you see that? Did you see that?
Lumos. Confringo.
Dude, what the fuck?
Accio.
Can I just... Do I need...
Lumos. Lumos.
Nope.
Reparo.
I thought I was on my other...
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Rickety Bone Bridge complete.
Is this how we enter that one room? Look at me. Being so curious. Oh. Let me just say this. This is a Harry Potter game, correct? It is known that there are spaces where they appear small on the outside, like a tent, but on the inside, it's huge. In the next game, let me have a little satchel that has an unlimited amount of space. I don't want to do this stupid gear slot shit anymore. I refuse. Either there's gonna be Inferi or spiders.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something.
What?
The student's diary mentions the Imperious Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Okay. How do you know the Imperious Curse?
Why did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
What does learning the curse entail?
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
I know we've been through this.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
I love the symbols for the
Something
two
troubling ahead.
unforgivables
Be on your
we've
guard.
learned. Uh-oh. I'm just hitting spells. I see a big old spider back there. Should we wear gloves since it's winter? Hold on. I think we need to wear gloves because it's winter time. We don't want our hands to get cold. What the hell? Why is there a snake on there? They're blue. Matches Ravenclaw. Look at us in our little winter getup. We're so cute. Can I get in here? Maybe there's another way in there. I did see a big old chonker back here. Look at him. Or her.
Incendio!
Oh, shit.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it? Incendio! Accio!
Some of these spiders are chunky, dude. They've been eating a lot of humans, keeping up their protein and carbs. Maybe some fiber. Ew, did you see that? that worked. Okay. Okay.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Another identified item. We're gonna have to stop at the room of requirement after this. It says out of control. Is there something back there? I don't think there's anything back there.
Incendio. Accio. Finder.
Okay, I think that's it.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try.
Guardian Leviosa.
Don't worry, I know, I'll do everything.
That worked. Keep going.
Oh, I see. So we want this one and this one.
Guardian Leviosa. Accio. Guardian Leviosa. Accio.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Head and shoulders above these bones. Hilarious. Was that it? No more doors? I got all of them?
I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
There, I thought that'd never end.
Been a little bit better at doing Protego. I don't know why this playthrough, I've really been struggling with making sure I do Protego. Also, it might be because I have it on like normal difficulty. All the other times I think I've played on easy. I'm an easy difficulty type of player, to be honest. I just like to have fun and enjoy the story, and apparently on normal difficulty you can't pick up spider fangs.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Would you shut up?
Don't give up yet.
Gosh, if only Ominous were here, he would help me solve what's going on. The relic contains abundant potential. Its possibilities could benefit not only wizard kind but the world. But the dark sacrifice involved to realize its intent may be too great. Until we know more, please do not remove this relic.
Sebastian, the relic! Look!
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I don't remember what happens when we take it. But I feel like we should leave it alone. If the notes are saying to leave it alone because they don't know...
The note advises to leave the relic alone.
I assure you, we were meant to find this. For Anne's sake. I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret. Especially from my uncle.
Ominous!
Is that... ominous?
Hell yeah, it is.
The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows. I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
Dude, Ominous is such a nice person.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I was glad to hear you tell Sebastian to leave the relic. We need to stand together. Convince Sebastian this is wrong.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Very well, let's talk with Sebastian.
You're right. This seems far riskier than Sebastian realizes.
Good. We're agreed. We don't allow him to leave here with the relic.
I do think we should talk to him, but I fear we won't stop him from taking the relic.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we negotiate. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more. I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian! We're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way, come on.
We're very persuasive. We're very charming. Very lovable. We know how to get our way. I don't remember how to get out of here.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous. He just doesn't understand. And I didn't want to worry him all over again.
Is it that he didn't want to worry Ominous, or he just didn't want to argue with Ominous?
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
I do not like the way the robes
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like ominous. It'd only upset her.
They need to work on that for the next game. The robes and their physics. Because this looks so ridiculous. It's clipping into my body.
What is it?
Smoke. Over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
You can't stop us. Losing your stride. Much too
They're closing in.
Rather unwise coming back anyway.
You'll not win here. We've got them. They'll retreat. We'll make them retreat.
Oh my gosh, is this a mission?
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
It's not that mission yet.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
Could honestly have used any other spell to like knock him back and then continued attacking it. I'm just saying, like, he had plenty of time to react.
There was little time to react, but it was an unforgivable curse.
I acted in the moment. That's all. I shall make my uncle see reason. He cannot banish me from my own home, from my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
These cows are very cute. These freaking orbs extinguishing before I can grab them. It's so rude.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
I mean, he did save his sister.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Because, dude, you've given up. That's why. So I identified all those items in my inventory. I replaced gear that I needed to, came to Hogsmeade and sold everything, and now we're gonna talk to Natty, because her and Poppy are like
I'm ready to do what's needed to take
here in
Harlow
Hogsmeade.
down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where can I find them?
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What am I hoping to learn from them?
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why would Harlow take your husband and not you?
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you given Harlow any information about Gringotts?
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Does the note confirm kidnapping?
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
That is what I needed.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Mrs. Rabe, we do hope you will reconsider helping us with our banking needs. We've given you ample time to reach a decision on your own, but we are beginning to lose our patience. We know your husband would appreciate it if you were to see the value in our working together. Shall we expect a response by week's end? Best to keep this between us if you understand our meaning.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
You know, I gotta say, Hogwarts and the surrounding areas, the adults in these places, not too reliable. Because why are these children, why are these teenagers...
Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Why are these teenagers doing all this work?
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right, but we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man, but even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop.
Voldemort?
I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
About the note.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note that might help me to identify it should I come across it?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
How are you hiding the extortion?
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Mr. Hill seems a fair man. Can you tell him?
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man.
I don't.
When it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective.
Oh, is he the shopkeeper?
As a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for telling me.
I should go.
I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last
Oh
of Mr.
gosh.
Bickle's friends.
He's asking where he is. That's not good. That means dementia.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You should have spoken out.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
I don't really have much to say. Except there's a lot of freaking people. Ooh. I guess we're going the back way. Just a lot of jibber-jabbering this episode.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Nosy little students give me coming to him. Got stuck on a building.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
I've had enough of this.
I think this will be a little bit longer of an episode because
I better be sure I'm not seen.
I do want to get through like these character story quests.
Using that girl as bait. Everyone's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. What? Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
I ain't allowed back in Glad Rags on account of my light fingers.
sort of work.
Loud as a troll you are.
Lucas, don't tell us.
I hear you, whoever you are.
I've raided Brockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
Don't tell us.
Aye. Oh, better not be anyone there. I mean,
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hog's Head. Or perhaps I'll just go now.
expulso!
How did...
Expulso!
Reparo.
Oh, shit. You are as dear to me as an augury, whose voice foretells the coming rain. You are as loved by me as a Krupp could be, whose loyalty is true and plain. You have cast a spell over my heart. I want it not undone. You have charmed me from the very start. You have always been the one.
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Here, there. Who's grunting? Who's doing that? My darling Otto, I have read your last letter over and over, and I am certain to read it again each hour until we are able to meet. I dread the notion that I will not see you soon, but I am not without hope. I long for the day that our engagement can be shared with those whom we love, especially my dear father. I do not wonder at your wanting to wait until you are more settled, my love, but I know that you are doing all you can to ensure that such a situation is within your grasp. Please allow me to say that these past months of being unable to share publicly the feelings which exalt me to the utmost pinnacle of happiness have been an existential challenge indeed. And now I am off to read your letter once more. Yours affectionately, Rosie. I love the fact that they actually made the note pink with her initials on top.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. Still nothing and no one here.
Mr. Tell us.
Want a lamb to the slaughter.
I love how it's unforgivable to use curses like Imperio, Crucio, Avada Kedavra. But we get around that loophole by freezing our enemies and shattering them to pieces with Defendo.
Natty must be here somewhere.
I like that.
Revelio. Alohomora. Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Well, that wasn't bad.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Alright, well, let's go then.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
She's probably not gonna believe us. She's probably gonna be like, you kids need to stay at Hogwarts and stop meddling before you get hurt.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Because you've been doing such a good job. The authorities haven't been much help. I'm just being honest here. You guys, like, why are a couple of teenagers doing more than you?
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Ew, they walked off at the same time. The same way. Officer Singer is just mad because I'm telling the truth. If she really wanted to, she could hustle her butt and get some evidence to put Harlow away. But instead, two teenage girls have to do it for her, and then she gets mad. Do better. That's all I'm saying. Do better. We have an owl post. By who? Oh. The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we told Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck. Otto Dibble. I honestly don't know if I would want to marry someone with the last name Dibble. I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to keep my last name. I'm just saying.
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What's your gran researching?
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What was your gran sending you?
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howen for the measles.
You said you had news about the dragon.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon's flight?
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you were doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here.
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds simple enough.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
Well then,
I don't like
let's
those
find
questions.
our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons. Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
Oh! She's had a meal.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Or she
Let's
has.
hope it stays that way. At least until the sun is Glacier, finger! I wonder how many they brought to capture her.
Revelio.
At least 10 usually.
Where are you, Smithy? Thought you were joining us in Borneo. I know you have your hopes about the fighting ring, but the true galleons are in Acromantulas. You wouldn't believe how much Violet and I made a few days ago. Not to mention Borneo's not half bad to look at. Anyway, we'll be moving on soon. Egypt, perhaps. It's such a relief not to be weighed down anymore. See you soon, Angus.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other.
They call him Steak Burger. That's his nickname.
Repair it.
That's fantastic. She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us.
I love Poppy. She's just like, She kind of... No. She reminds me of Hagrid more. I was about to say she reminds me of Luna in that, like, laid-back way.
Watch your step.
Luna has. But I feel like she's more like Hagrid. Where she just loves creatures and she just accepts them for what they are. Oh, it's a Grephorn.
Or just raring for a fight.
Oh, damn, there's 2 of them.
Revelio.
2 is hungry.
Oh, what was that?
Wait here. I'll run ahead.
Whenever you're ready, I'll follow your lead.
I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure we know it. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
This is so cool.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm if you ask me.
I was about to say, it's pretty warm. I mean, she's shooting fire at us.
I don't suppose she'd listen to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her. If we can get to that, we can get to the nest. Look, underneath her. I think we're close. She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there.
That was cool. I liked that. So the like beasts
Why
and
is
stuff.
every bridge here broken?
I wonder why, Poppy.
Reparo.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Yeah, the beasts and stuff are one of my favorite parts about Harry Potter. And I think that's why I love Hagrid so much. Because I love how caring he is toward any beast. That is so cool.
That was brilliant. And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
People don't give creatures enough credit.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Is there anything else around here? I'm not ready to leave.
I was hoping to look around for a moment, if you don't mind. Take it all in.
I suppose we could catch our breath.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
I can't believe any of what just happened.
Still taking it all in?
No, I'm ready to go.
No, I think I'm ready to leave if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntow Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl.
They went after her grandma. Not Gran.
I've been so blind.
Why is Sebastian dressed like that? It's weird. Is this a short mission? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. This is just like a talking quest, so I thought we would
Did you speak
go
with
ahead
my
and do it.
uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft, nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What crest are you sending to Anne?
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought, she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
Very well, let me know what you find.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
Okay, I guess that's it. Oh my god. So, that was that. We got through 3 more character story missions. Dude, that dragon one is so fun. Oh man, Poppy's storyline. I love her. I love the creatures in Harry Potter. I need to rewatch the Fantastic Beasts movies. I don't think I ever watched the 3rd one. And I don't remember much of the second one. But the first one I really, really enjoyed. And I remember when I was a kid, one of the books that I always borrowed from the library was the Red Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book. I loved that thing. I think it had like Harry and Ron's like scribblings in the margins. Yeah, I remember that book. That'll be it. Longer episode. Wanted to get through those missions, and then in the next one we'll continue the main storyline. And I think it's another Sebastian mission. So with that, thank you so much for watching. This was Late Night Gaming. If you like this video and you want to see more, you can click that subscribe button. And while you're down there, you can also leave a like and a comment. Also in the description below, I will leave a link to my Hogwarts Legacy playlist. So if this is the first video of mine you're stumbling across, and you want to start at the beginning, you can do so down there. But I hope you have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.